hope you like talking about Xavier Restrepo because, oh boy, are we going to be talking about Xavier Restrepo here in Tennessee this summer. Now, Xavier did not ask for this. The Tennessee Titans certainly are not asking for it, but the narrative has written itself, and Restrepo is uniquely situated to elicit media and fan attention right away. First, there's the fact that he and Cam Ward were a dynamic duo in college. And face it, we love it when an electric tandem gets to stick together from college to the pros. Just think about all the built-in chemistry they'll have. And Restrepo was considered by most draft analysts to be a surefire draft pick. Some had him as high as third or fourth round in terms of their grading. And so for him to fall all the way out of the draft just to land in Tennessee with Cam Ward, how perfect a story is that? If you're part of the Tennessee faithful, you know just how many years the Titans have shaved off your life with the emotional roller coaster of sports. Or maybe the roller coaster of life is messing with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals. The new year is a blank space for you to write a new story. BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. They are our incredible sponsor for this video. Regardless, if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human going through a hard time, therapy can give you the tools you need to approach your life in a very different way. That's where our sponsor, BetterHelp, comes into play. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area. Easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if it's not the right fit. BetterHelp's platform makes finding a therapist easier because it's online and remote. BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. Plus, with our link, you get 10% off your first month. Start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/ATOZsports and get 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. And once Restrepo went undrafted, he was a no-brainer for the Titans to go and sign. There were a handful of reports over the draft weekend about a freshly selected Cam Ward pounding on the doors of the Titans' war room, begging the team to take his college teammate X, metaphorically pounding on the doors at least. When asked about how he vouched for his boy, Ward had this to say at the podium after rookie minicamp practice. I did push for him. Every team that I visited with, I pushed for him. He was one of the best route runners in college football last year. He was first team all-conference. He was an All-American. He never lost in man coverage. He's a back-to-back 1,000-yard wide receiver. So why wouldn't I push for him? In their first public action together on the practice field, Restrepo certainly looked the part. This is the final way in which he is uniquely situated to draw our attention. He's a fantastic practice player. Now, that's not to say he's a classic case of a great practice slot receiver who doesn't quite translate to Sundays, which is an archetype that's not too uncommon in the NFL. The best players on game day also tend to look like the best players in practice, to be fair. And Restrepo just finished a college career that more than proves he's a natural football player. Now, his new head coach, Brian Callahan, said as much about him over the weekend. Quote, Xavier's been a really productive college player. He's found ways to play football the right way. You just look at his production and what he's done as a football player, and he puts himself in pretty good position to be competitive. End quote. But there's no doubt his skill set as a slot specialist lends itself to being the flashiest in the practice drills. The precision, agility, sharpness, and foot quickness that receiver drills hone are a slot player's bread and butter. And Restrepo showed off all of those things in his first practice with cameras. On top of his physical skill set, you can also tell pretty quickly that he's got the mental skill set that sets him apart on the practice field. He speaks receiver at a higher level than many rookies. He knows the details of the position really well. He's a natural in the room, and he played in college longer than most for 5 seasons. So perhaps that's not a big surprise, but it's noticeable nonetheless. More than one member of the media came away from their first exposure to him agreeing. If the Titans had to put one of their rookie receivers out there in a game day situation today, it sure feels like Xavier Restrepo would be the choice. But that statement carries with it an asterisk that has a lengthy footnote. He was a UDFA, not a 4th-round pick like Chimere Dike and Alec Ayamaner. He's situated to shine this time of year with a practice-friendly skill set and built-in chemistry with Cam Ward. And his biggest obstacle to making this team is his lack of versatility as a slot-only receiver who doesn't offer much on special teams. Will he make the team in August? It's still an uphill climb. But if his first public practice was any indication, Cam Ward may have compelled the Titans to sign the steal of undrafted free agency. For A to Z Sports Nashville, I'm Easton Freeze.